Okay, stick with me for a second because we have quite a name to get through to kick off this deep dive.
Yeah, it's definitely a mouthful.
Today, we are unpacking the Just Add Power VBS-HDIP-707WP2.
It really doesn't roll off the tongue, does it?
Not exactly, no.
Okay.
It's a bit of an alphabet soup. But if we, just strip away the model number, we're looking at a 3G 4K 2-gang HDMI wall plate transmitter.
Right, which is a highly functional name for engineers, sure. But to understand why this matters, you have to look past the label.
And look at the mission.
Exactly. This device is arguably the most critical component in the shift to AV over IP.
Right, and that's the goal for this deep dive. We aren't just reading specs today. We need to figure out why this specific wall plate is the entry point for high-end video matrices. But let's start with the physical object itself. It's a wall plate. Why is this specific design getting so much attention in the source material?
Well, it comes down to the thin designation.
Thin with a capital T.
Right. This unit is designed to fit into a standard 2-gang construction box. Think of a double-wide light switch, but it has a depth of only 1 inch.
1 inch. I mean, is that really that revolutionary? Most wall cavities are deeper than that.
In new construction, sure, but for installers retrofitting old buildings, depth is an absolute nightmare.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah, you might hit fire blocks or shallow back boxes or just weird old insulation.
Right.
So by compressing the electronics into just 1 inch, Just Add Power is essentially saying you can turn any standard wall outlet spot into a 4K broadcast station.
Without cutting open the drywall.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes total sense. It's solving a physical installation headache so you don't have to carve out a massive cavern just to plug in a laptop.
Yeah, precisely.
So once it's in the wall, you plug your source into the HDMI port right there at the wall. What actually happens to the signal?
That's where the AV over IP magic happens. It takes that HDMI signal and converts it into network packets.
Oh, wow.
And it supports full 4K video and, crucially, HDCP 2.2.
Let's pause on HDCP 2.2 for a second.
Yeah.
We see that acronym everywhere.
You do, yeah.
Why does it matter here specifically?
That's the digital handshake that prevents piracy.
Ah, the copy protection.
Right. If you try to play a modern 4K movie from Netflix or a Blu-ray player and your equipment doesn't support HDCP 2.2, you just get a black screen.
Nothing.
Nothing. It won't play. This transmitter ensures that handshake happens legally and securely so the content actually shows up on the screen.
Speaking of content, the specs mention all lossless audio formats. I assume that means it's not compressing the sound?
Correct. If you're running a Dolby Atmos setup, this wall plate sends that raw, high-quality audio down the network right alongside the video.
That's great. Now, the source material flagged 2 features that sounded proprietary: instant seamless switching and image pull.
Yeah, those are big ones.
Instant switching seems self-explanatory, but is it actually instant?
Well, usually digital switching takes 3 to 5 seconds. The screen goes black, the TV resyncs, and then the picture finally appears.
Which feels like an absolute eternity when you're waiting.
It really does. This device entirely eliminates that black screen lag. But image pull is really the sleeper feature here.
Yeah, the original text just listed it without much explanation. What is it?
It allows a control system, like a touch panel, sitting on your conference table to pull a preview thumbnail of what's playing before you even switch to it.
Oh, that is cool.
Right? It streams a low-res still image so you know, oh, that input is the Apple TV, without having to route the video to the main screen first to check.
That is a huge usability upgrades for you as the end user. And I noticed this runs on PoE, Power over Ethernet.
Which is mandatory for a wall plate, honestly.
Right, you definitely don't want to try and stuff a bulky power brick inside the wall behind the plate.
Exactly. It just pulls juice straight from the network cable.
Let's talk about buying this thing. We're looking at HDTV Supply, a vendor with a solid 25-year global history.
Right.
But there's a weird friction point here. You can't see the price.
No, you can't.
You have to call or log in.
That is absolutely by design. Just Add Power strictly polices their authorized dealer network.
Okay.
If you see a price listed openly on Google, that vendor is likely breaking the rules.
That's a red flag.
Massive red flag.
Wow.
Yeah, if you buy from a site showing the price openly, Just Add Power likely won't honor the 3-year warranty.
That makes sense.
They force that call for pricing step to ensure you're dealing with a pro who can actually support your system.
It protects the whole ecosystem. So, to recap, We have a super thin transmitter that fits in incredibly tight walls, handles the absolute toughest copyright protections, and allows for instant switching without the lag.
Exactly. It's the professional standard for making the technology totally invisible. You just see a clean port on the wall, but behind it is a massive distribution system.
It really changes the geometry of a room, and it leaves you with this thought to mull over.
Go for it.
With devices like this making 4K transmission instant and location agnostic over a network, are we approaching a point where the whole concept of a media rack becomes obsolete? Does the physical location of our sources stop mattering entirely? Thanks for joining us on this deep